All right, car enthusiasts, boost addicts, and weekend warriors. Today's the day for my big unboxing of my Torqstorm Billet Superchargers twin Ford 429 complete system. Woo! To say I'm excited is an understatement. This has been a long time coming. I've been wanting to do a video like this since I got the parts back before Christmas. Santa dropped off some nice stuff for me this year, and I am super soaked right now to get everything in front of you guys to show these amazing pieces of equipment, blowers, brackets, AC compressors, power steering pumps, you name it. The kit is complete, and it was really a good price, made in the USA. I can't stress that more. To buy American whenever you can, and Torqstorm really stands behind their product. So let's dig into this. Before we start opening the boxes, I'm gonna go take you outside and just do a walk around on my car. I have a 1970 Ford Galaxie 500 fastback with the sport roof option, and it does have a 429 engine in it, and it's gonna make some serious power. So again, made in the USA, let's not forget that. And let's go outside. Let me just do a quick walk around on my car. This is my makeshift YouTube studio. All right, gonna try and knock it out of the box. Working with limitations here. It is 14 degrees out. Well, maybe it went up to 18 today here on Long Island, but we're gonna make it happen. All right, let's do a little walk around, take you outside right now, check out my car, and we'll go from there. It's gonna be amazing. I'm in the process of selecting a mechanic to help me put this system on. Here we go, baby. Here's my big blue beast. One badass Galaxie right here. Nice. This thing is gonna make some serious power. Bam. I got her lowered, and we got a whole list of parts coming for her to work with the twin blower system. Little interior shot. It's a little messy, but yeah, it's gonna be epic, people. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna show you my journey, my install from start to finish. There's a look under the hood. There's the heart. This is a 1972 Ford 429 engine with a set of C9 VE heads. Those are out of a 69. I'm not sure what car they came off of, but this engine was freshened up, I'd say about 12 years ago. I did do some upgrades as far as like radiator, electric cooling fans, upgraded the ignition. Carburetor came with the car. It's an Edelbrock 650. The fuel system is completely new, the tank and everything from the back to the front, and it's a good starting point. This is a full chassis car, and has a Ford 9-inch rear tied up to a C6 transmission with a shift kit and a little bit of work on the inside, I guess, on the valve bodies. But yeah, other than that, we're ready to go. All right, so this is my Torqstorm twin supercharger kit. Today's January 16th, 2022, and we're about to get into it. All right, woo! All right, Galaxie Man here. Let's get this boxing done and underway. All right, again, super excited. You can find me on Instagram at 70 Galaxie Man. You could also find me at YouTube if you do a search for 70 Galaxie Man as well. And let's get going. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did actually unpack these boxes because, like a little kid in the candy store or getting these presents before Christmas, I had to see what Torqstorm was all about. So I did go through these, and let me tell you, very impressed with all the parts. Just from the boxing here, you can see everything was packed up nice and tight. The shipment actually came in 2 larger boxes. So there were a total of these 5 smaller boxes, 2 in one, 3 in the other. And just the whole entire process dealing with them from the order, they were straight with me as far as the lead times go. I placed it probably somewhere towards the end of November. And it took about 5 to 6 weeks to actually fill the order. They charged my account when it was ready to ship, just like they said they would. And within, honestly, 3 days, I got a confirmation on Monday, and I had them on, at my house Wednesday of the same week. So the process was smooth and 0 complaints. So now let's get going. All right. This one you can see I already opened because they were stapled and taped, and just a really nice packaging job. This styrofoam is kind of pumped into the box, I guess, and then the box is closed up, and then it just kind of seals around the whole entire unit. Let's put this on the side for now. But this is what makes the boost. These are the Go Fast parts. All right, we'll put this down. What a sick unit right here. I call this automotive jewelry for your cars, because it is pretty awesome. I mean, just to look at it, and very well manufactured. And just a serious piece of equipment. All billet construction. It's actually not too heavy. But I ordered mine with the 3.5-inch pulleys because, again, my engine is not being pulled out of the car, and I'm not purpose building the bottom end of this motor. So I'm going to run it the way it is and see what happens. But again, I did order them with the smaller pulleys, but between the 2 blowers, it should give me anywhere between 10 and 12 pounds of boost. And I'm going to keep the fuel and everything correct. I do run a wideband on my car, so the air-fuel ratios, as long as I get it tuned correctly, I shouldn't torpedo the motor. But we'll see, because I know boost addicts, car enthusiasts love to get their feet into the pedal, and that's when things end up going bad. So the output side of this measures at 3 inches OD. All right, the intake side is 3.5-inch OD. All right, and it comes with some tubing for the intake side. The output side, the pressure side, you are going to have to get creative to plumb the whole system in. It does come with a pretty cool carb hat, but from there to tie the 2 into 1, you do have to get creative. All right, but yeah, you can see, man, this thing is serious. All right, it's self-contained oiling. So I believe Torqstorm said to take 6 or 8 ounces of their Torqstorm oil, similar to like other brands. Check that out. You can see the serial number right there. Made in the USA, baby. That's what you got to do. You got to get away from relying on all these other manufacturers out of the country. Stick with United States made. Keep the men and women of this country working. Stop shipping jobs out overseas. All right, so there's number 1. Let's put this bad boy on the side. All right, pretty cool Torqstorm logo right there. V-band clamp, so you can clock the housing. That's another thing. Good adjustability when this thing gets set up, so that you can kind of run your intake or your pressure tubing wherever you need to kind of work with your engine. All right, so let's get at the other one. I did kind of tape these boxes back together just to kind of make it feel real again. But yeah, so here's number 2. Actually, no, what do we have here? I'm mixing it up a little bit, so let's mix it up a little bit, see what's going on. Toss that garbage out of the way. Here's some blow-off valve silicone vacuum tubing. All right, throw that on the side. Oh, little note here. You do have to upgrade your fuel system. You can't just run a regular mechanical fuel pump that these older motors came with. So they do give you a fuel pump block-off plate. Comes with the kit. I'm going to be removing mine, and I have a nice Aeromotive Phantom dual pump setup, which will be sufficient to support anywhere. I believe Aeromotive says 1,400 plus horsepower when it's all said and done, and the engine is built to handle everything. So. That's a good modification that I will be doing with this build. So right here, these are some S&B filters. I actually run an S&B intake on my Ford F-150, and I love it. Picked up a couple of ponies, but again, just standard cone style, pre-oiled, million-mile use filter. And these are from S&B. So this is a quality, this is a quality filter. I guess Torqstorm partnered up with S&B filters, and these are great. I love them. Hopefully it'll flow a lot of air to satisfy these blowers. I'm just going to stuff these back in the boxes because I don't think we really need to see both of them. Does come with 2 filters. These are serious though. Let's take a look at these. So right here, you have these Torqstorm blow-off valves set up for 52 millimeter. It does come with a fitting that you can weld onto your intake tubing kit. I'm going to do another unboxing video on that. I picked up a kit from off of eBay, and it's got pretty much all the parts that I'm pretty confident I should be able to make my entire intake or the pressure side up to the carburetor to fab everything with pieces that any weekend gearhead can put together relatively simple. But again, you can see like Torqstorm, really nice piece. There's your vacuum tube attachment for it, and these are the set nuts to kind of sit it on the fitting that's going to get welded to your intake pipe or your pressure pipe going to your carburetor. But this is a sick piece. It's actually kind of cool because it is like almost like a dark blue color. It's not actually black, but I guess that kind of happens throughout the anodizing process. But anyway, there's that Torqstorm logo, made in the USA, baby. So we'll just stick that bad boy right there. This is the second one. All right. So depending on how you set this thing up, I've been looking online. You can check out Pinterest. You can just Google images for Torqstorm Twin Supercharger kit. And, they got these things situated all different types of cool ways on everybody's different builds. So just depends on what you're looking to do with your setup. But it's going to look pretty sick, I think. And should turn some heads when it's all said and done. And that's really what I was going for as well, because I do like going to all these local car meets and just kind of talking to everybody. And my car's kind of unique. I'll be honest, I haven't seen one other 1970 Ford Galaxie in the entire New York area that has the features that my car has. So it kind of sets it apart from a lot of different cars. I mean, Galaxie in general, you see way more 65 through 70 Mustangs than you do see Ford Galaxies on the road. I know it's not considered a muscle car, but I feel like my car has the muscle under the hood, and the GVW on it is probably around 3,700 pounds. That's what it's registered at. So it's really not that heavy when you think about it. I know it's a big and long car, but it's really not that heavy, all things being considered. I'm going to set this box on the side now. So this box right here is the carburetor, all right? And I'm pretty sure Torqstorm has some sort of a partnership or an affiliation with FST. And from what Chris Beardsley told me, he's one of the main guys at Torqstorm. The owners of FST, or one of the owners, actually split from Quick Fuel and went out on his own, and they started building their own carbs. So I'm just going to place this here for a second and put this box back together so I don't lose it. And as you can see, this is their Billet Extreem 750 blow-through carburetor. All right, this thing is a sweet piece. It's not heavy. It's all billet aluminum. It's got glass sight glasses, so you can see the fuel. A lot of adjustability, a lot of tunability, and just a really sweet piece, man. It's gonna look sick when it's sitting on top of my engine, sucking some air. All right, the primaries and the secondaries engage like perfect, and it's set up with AN fittings right from the factory. All right, so these are AN 6s, and yeah, this is just like, this is a sweet piece, man. There you go. There's a nice shot of the side of it. All right, the underside, and just sweetness right there, sweetness. And the carb hat is black. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm gonna go with the charge tubing, the pressure tubing, if I'm gonna paint it or if I'm just gonna keep it all aluminum. Again, my car is not like a show car, and I'm not building it that way. I take my car out at least 3 times a week during the summer, maybe more. Drive it to work, take the kids to the beach. We go pick up ice cream. I mean, it's an awesome cruiser. I take my kids, I take my friends' kids, we take their parents. We throw a couple of kids in the trunk. No, I'm only kidding. But yeah, it's cool. My car is set up to cruise and really just be a driver. And now it's just gonna be more fun, man. And I'm gonna probably end up going through some tires in the process. But yeah, this is FST, and I'm pretty stoked about this piece. This is some more of that man jewelry, or that automotive jewelry that I talk about. And this is a nice piece, man. I'm gonna give it one Ric Flair, woo! Because to put something like this, stepping up, upgrading from my Edelbrock 650 is a huge upgrade, in my opinion. So I'm gonna set this thing on the side right here. That is just a really sweet looking carburetor right there. I'm gonna put this box on the side, and it comes with, you got a gasket here for the carb hat. It's a rubber gasket, and you got the clamp for the boot that goes onto the carb hat on the pressure side. So I'm gonna set this aside for now. I'm trying not to lose any of these boxes so I can put everything back and bring it to my builder. All right, so let's go to this one. This one's marked lower. So this is the other head unit. So let's just rip this thing open quick to show you again. The packaging's awesome. It'd be pretty hard to damage these things in transit. I know you see some of these crazy YouTube videos with the UPS or the FedEx guys just tossing stuff over people's fences and onto their lawns and stuff like that. But I think it would be pretty hard to damage these units. But again, bam! There's the babies right there. It's just a sweet unit. 3.5 inch pulley, 3 inch on the pressure side, 3.5 inch on the intake side. All common dimensions, so you can get parts and clamps and hose fittings and all that good stuff. Again, made in the USA. That's 100% why I kind of lean towards buying this system. And there's a serial number on the bottom of that too. All right, they stamp each head unit, and they tell you to make sure you submit your warranty card. I think I kind of did it redundantly. Submitted the card, sent in some emails to Torqstorm directly, and I also did it online through their website. So if there's ever an issue, all you got to do is arrange to send these units back to Torqstorm, and they'll take a look at it and they stand by their product. I've had other people online that I have seen send blowers back for let's say a bearing goes bad, or they want to upgrade the pulleys, or in general, just if something happens to it, they stand by their product. And that was through a lot of research, which ultimately maybe end up going with this system. All right, so now let's get to this box. Okay, so some of you might be saying to yourself, okay, let's see how this system is gonna kind of set up onto this car, right? And they did a lot of engineering and a lot of research to get these to kind of work with a lot of different vehicles, not just my big block Ford, like a 429 or a 460, but they got kits for Chargers, Challengers, Camaros, Mustangs. I mean, you name it, they got kits for all different size engines, and they're pretty awesome. The kit didn't come with this. I've been trying to locate all my parts and get my part list together. This is just a fuel filter that I got from Aeromotive. I'm gonna set this on the side. I'm gonna do unboxing of all those Aeromotive parts at some point along this whole journey before I send all these parts over to my installer. Some of this work I am gonna try and do by myself, but the meat and potatoes of it, I'll get into that at the end, what kind of upgrades I'm looking to do. But yeah, I'll get after that with some different videos on a different day. All right, so what you got here is, here's like a 6-rib serpentine belt, and this is for all your accessories. All right, this is a nice standard Dayco belt, standard part numbers. I already ordered an extra of each just so I had them, you know, in case something happens with one of them. So just gonna put these on the side for now. Actually, I'm gonna hang this one up. Bam, right there. Here's your 8-rib blower belt. All right, and this goes around both, and it runs both head units at the same time. All right, I know Torqstorm makes another kit which is more race oriented, and it actually has an independent drive belt for each blower, but that kit doesn't come with the accessories. So I guess that would be more for guys who are running maybe electric water pumps. You know, their alternator is at a different location. They're not running AC. I plan on running AC on my car, but again, you're going to run 2 different belts, and I guess it just gives you more, it allows you to give you more surface area on the pulley and takes the, you know, the pressure off both on one belt. So again, that's an option. I didn't choose that one. I went with the full system, but yeah, it's all good. So here we go now. Look at the size of these brackets. I mean, this thing is like a set of antlers, man. Pretty cool though, you know. Let me throw the tape measure on this for you guys just to show you what we got working with. But this thing is like a machined billet, beautiful piece of jewelry right here. You know, here's your tensioner. Here's some idler pulleys. All right, rolling nice and smooth right here. And they took all the guesswork out of this. I mean, I'm sure this was thousands of hours on CAD, figuring out how the whole system ties together with whatever specific motor they're designing it for. But you can see right here, this is 3/4 of an inch. I'm just gonna hold the tape measure the other way. I'm a righty. But you can see right here, 3/4 of an inch on these brackets. And this is like a heavy duty piece of equipment right here. Maybe a steering wheel, you know? Oh, yeah, buddy. But yeah, this is nice. All right, so let's put that one right there. Get that one set on the side. Here's that carb hat. This thing's pretty trick. And the good thing is that this is a 3.5-inch coupler. It's not a special coupler. This is a round coupler that you just kind of force on here, and it'll kind of get a little memory going, and then you throw a clamp on here and you're good. So, you know, I got a nice piece right here that I ordered online just to already start playing around with the intake. I'm not sure if I'm going to have this sitting on the back of my engine, or if I'm going to have it on the front and just keep it close to the intake, you know, or the blower sides on these 2 head units. But yeah, we'll mess around with this before I end today. These are, you know, this came with 2 of these tubes right here. I'm not going to bother unpacking this one, But these are going to go on the intake side. These are set up 3.5 right now. And, you know, some of the guys opt to just put the filter right on here. But these other ones, you know, they kind of, you know, they either go like this, or you'll go something like this, or, you know, you'll play with this. You can cut this down and modify it however you feel, depending on where you're going to put your intake pipes. So I'm going to put these back over here. Set this one up right here. But yeah, they taped this thing up. This looks good, you know. Just gonna put this on the side for now. All right, so what else we got in here? This one is the other side of the engine. All right, there's a really nice piece right there. Again, all the same billet construction. There's another tensioner right there and an idler. All right, and just a really sweet piece. All the holes drilled out to mate the head unit onto this bracket. Same thing with that one that's there already. And I mean, I don't see these things flexing or moving at all once they're mounted to the engine. Sweetness right there, the sweetness. All right, here's two, looks like 45-degree fittings for those tubes. All right, so just get these out of the way. And you know, again, you're gonna end up taking these. You're not gonna cut these down too much. I mean, maybe you will, just to trim off, depending on how you want to set this up. But you're gonna end up taking this. Okay, these are gonna, depending on how you clock this unit, and then this is gonna kind of, I've seen some of them like this, where this pipe now goes like this. And kind of steps up and over your headers on either side of the engine, and then they put the filter at the back. But I guess it's all going to just depend on how everything looks and sets up on my engine when this whole kit is finally installed. Put this back over here for now. But yeah, we got one more bracket in here, or actually two more pieces. All right, so this is a pretty serious chunk right here. Bam, it's like jewelry, you know? This stuff is amazing. I opted to get the aluminum finish, or they call it, I guess, the satin or the natural finish. Because again, I thought the black, the way my motor is set up right now, it's Ford blue. And really I just want, you know, I know the black is nice, but I didn't really feel I needed to spend the extra money. Because again, it's not really going to be a show car. I really want it to be more go than more show. So yeah, let me get this box out of here right now. Throw this piece of tubing back in there. I'm going to stick these on either side of this right now just to kind of keep them from falling off the table. All right. Let's throw this box on the side. And we got one more box left. And then I'll just get into some of the upgrades that I'm looking to do. Oh man, this one's heavy, boy. And once I get everything ready to go, I'm still waiting on some more parts from you know, like from Summit, or I got some fuel fittings and everything coming. You do have to order and install a remote power steering reservoir, because the little pump that they provide you with does not allow to adapt. It's a Chevy style type 2 pump. They do not allow, it doesn't allow to adapt the on pump reservoir tank due to clearances with the underside of the blower. So just keep that in mind with any of these kits. You know, depending on how your power steering's set up, mine, you have to use a remote reservoir. So here's a pretty cool one wire upgraded alternator set up for Ford. All right, I'm pretty sure it's 150 or 160 amp. Power Master comes with nice instructions. All right, and this piece is you know, standard high amp alternator. Comes with a birth card right here. you can kind of see at idle, it's calling out for 103 amps. At cruise, 128. And on the top end, it's rated at 153. So these are some pretty nice alternators right there. It's got the cooling fins on it, and it's set up for the 6-rib serpentine already. All right, so that's a nice alternator from PowerMaster right there. I'll throw that thing back in the box. And don't lose the instructions. Always keep the instructions. All right. I know us guys in general like to wing it, but get yourselves into the habit of always looking through the instructions. What I like to do is open the box, take the instructions out, read them, digest them, and then once I'm comfortable and I don't need to go on YouTube anymore, or I don't need to go on Google to find out what I'm missing or what parts I may need or how to do it, do all your research first, read the instructions, and it'll help you in the end with a much better install. All right, here's some more clamps. These are some standard T-bolt clamps, stainless steel. These are nice. Throw these on the side. All right, so here's those fittings I was talking about. Torqstorm sets you up with a couple of fittings here. So these are for air intake that you can weld on, and these are for sensors. You know, if you're running fuel injection or something like that, you have a computer that you got to tie into. These are nice little fittings here that you got to weld on. And then these are already cut and prepped to weld right onto your intake tube, or your charge tube and your pressure side for your blow-off valves. All right, so the blow-off valve sits on there like this. All right, you tighten it up. This is welded on, and you just got to figure out where you're going to weld this on your tubing up, you know, somewhere between the blowers and your carb. All right, let me just put these back so I don't lose them. But again, really nice pieces, attention to detail, kind of giving you all the components you need for your kit. What's in this box? What's behind door number 3? All right, so this is like all your different spacers, all milled and machined perfect. I'm sure their tolerances are super tight. You know, obviously when you get everything installed on the motor, check everything before you kind of crank it up, so you don't throw any belts or tweak anything prior to getting everything, you know, installed and ready to run. Here's a spacer. All right, this is a nice piece right here. Awesome. I'm just going to leave this wrapped up. Actually, I'll put it out so everybody can see the entire kit. There's a nice beefy crank pulley right here. Thing is sweet. All right, you got your 8-rib on the outside, and then your accessories running on the inside. All right, and obviously the size of this and the size of the pulleys on the head units are gonna kind of dictate what type of boost you're gonna be running. But yeah, this is a nice machine piece. Oh, and one thing to note, on these older Ford engines, you don't need to drill and pin the crank. I know that comes up on some of these other engines where you know, you actually have to do it, but on my engine there is no need to do that. I just basically take my pulley off, and this attaches right to the damper that's on the end of the crank right now. So again, just a really nice piece right there. Some more automotive jewelry to look at. And one thing to note is, my engine kind of looks like a daily driver, but once you put all this stuff on the front of that motor, it's going to really make that thing pop. All right, so here's your water pump pulley. That's a nice billet piece, and that's going to be a nice step up from what's there now. So I'm just going to put that right there. Close this one up. Got some more clamps right here, stainless steel. Here's all your hardware. All right, so these are all hex head, Allen head style bolts, stainless steel, beautiful. All right, what do we got now? Okay, so here is the power steering pump. All right, and again, this is that Chevy or GM Type 2 style pump. All right, and you know, this is gonna go on the front, mount to all the bracketry here, and then we're gonna remote the tank, the reservoir, to this, and tie this to my power steering box. All right, so I'll just set that right there for now. This is the AC. All right, so this is a Sandin SD7. Kind of, after doing a little research, I guess this is kind of like a standard aftermarket replacement for some of these pro touring or retrofit builds. I haven't really looked at this yet, so this is going to be, this is probably the only thing that I didn't open when I got all the parts. But the good thing is my car does come with factory AC, so, and it doesn't work, so I needed to actually fix it at some point anyway. So now is a good time to do it. But yeah, here you go. This is a nice new little piece right here. All right. Here's your fittings, where your hoses are going to come in. I guess your high side and your low side. Updated R134 refrigerant, and just a nice piece. So not only am I going to have a crazy fast Ford Galaxie, grocery getter, take the kids to the park, take them to go get ice cream, but I'm actually going to have AC in my car, which is going to be a pleasure to drive during the summer when it's 95 degrees out on those hot summer days or hot summer nights. So, but there you have it. I think that's pretty much the complete kit. I'll just do a little recap here. You got the AC compressor we just looked at. There's your alternator. Here's your power steering pump, this little tiny piece here. And that's, you need a little work to get this thing done. I already have an upgraded alternator in my car, so I did the one wire conversion and everything. But I'm gonna swap this one in because it kind of ties in with the overall kit. So, and then I'll probably end up just, all my other parts I'm gonna end up selling at some point. But here you go. These are, you know, all the billet aluminum spacers that you need to kind of make all the geometry and everything line up and work. You got your awesome bracketry here. You got two large brackets, two smaller kind of supplemental brackets that kind of work out and tie in together. Some really nice pulleys that they give you to kind of match the whole entire look on the front of this motor, which is sweet. You got these crazy head units, and these are kind of a standard size, I guess, for Torqstorm. And I'm not sure if they're actually going to make bigger units in the future, but for now, I'm pretty sure this is the only thing that they offer as far as a one size for all. The only way that you can really get these to provide more boost is obviously by the way your engine and, you know, all the components are set up for your long block, but you can upgrade these pulleys to a smaller pulley, which will allow it to spin faster. I think Torqstorm goes all the way down to 3.1, and I know I've seen guys online that say they're getting custom pulleys or pulleys a little bit smaller, maybe as small as 2.75, and that'll get this thing to spin a little faster. But obviously you got to have all your other upgrades in place so you don't damage anything. But again, yeah, these really nice billet blow-off valves. These things are sweet, and I'm looking forward to setting that whole system up. And then this FST carb, which is also a pretty major piece and super light, man. All billet construction, comes with the gaskets and everything. And yeah, just this is an amazing kit, man. Honestly, I think what I'm gonna try and do is, if you can just picture this, where I'm standing is the front of the car, right? And here's your carb hat right here, and this little fitting here picked up for like 50 bucks online, and I'm thinking this is going to come in something like that at the end of the carb hat, and then maybe I run my tubing like this and tie into the either to the tops or with an elbow into both of the head units on this side. But you also have the option just to keep things close to the front of the engine. And that'll kind of look something like this. But I just got to make sure I got enough room with my, you know, my radiator plumbing and the hood clearance as well. I ended up cutting the top of my, you know, the underside of my hood because I do have a scoop on the top of it to gain a little more clearance on my Edelbrock carb, and I have probably about another inch to play with. So I do have some room under there, under the hood, to kind of keep it looking stock, but at the same time, making sure all this stuff clears, because I am currently running a YN Stealth intake, so that's a little bit taller than like a stock intake or like an Edelbrock Performer. So between the intake, you know, you do have to be, you know, consider all the heights and all the different dimensions that you have to work with. I have some room on my core support because I already know that I need 3 3/4 inches from the face of the damper clear to the face of the drive belt on this pulley, right? So that kind of gives you, it's right about there. So there's your 3 3/4. You can kind of see it's backwards, but there it is. So from here to your fan, your radiator, whatever it is, your fan shroud, your electric fans, that's your clearance. And right now I believe I have about 1/4 inch, so it's going to be tight, but I'm going to try and make it work. And like I said, I know I already measured the core support. I do have some room on the core support to move the radiator out towards the front bumper, which should give me enough clearance to make everything work. Also, I think the height, if I remember correctly, I'll get into that in 2 seconds, but Torqstorm does provide you with a really nice manual for their entire kit. So what I did was I just went out, I bought a binder from Staples, right? And I'm kind of tracking, and I'm going to memorialize everything because I'm kind of a touchy-feely guy. I know you can save all this stuff on your phone and everything and keep files on the computer, but I do like to kind of keep all my thoughts and my notes and everything in one spot. So just getting to this, Torqstorm gives you a nice instruction manual, and they also give you, you know, basically cut sheets for all their, like all their engineering with critical dimensions and stuff. So you can kind of see, you know, there's your layout for all your components. They give you the brackets piece by piece. They give you dimensions here so that you know exactly what your clearance issues will be even before you purchase the kit. So hopefully the research that I did is going to pay off. But you can see here, I mean, my 9-year-old could follow these instructions, but it's sweet, you know. Just a really nice package. And the only reason why, you know, step 6, I mean, they only have, I think it's 12 steps, right? Like, oh no, okay, here's 14. This is a nice shot though, because you can kind of see what it's going to look like, you know, when it's done. Providing I, you know, got all my measurements worked out, it should bolt on pretty easy. Plus my Galaxie on the hood has a major amount of clearance. I mean, it is so massive, the front end of that car. I'm hoping that I'm not going to have any issues and it's going to be a simple bolt on. But yeah, the real big thing is making sure with these types of systems, after doing my research online and just kind of working on cars for a long time, is obviously your fuel, your spark, and you're going to need some sort of electronics to retard the timing when you're under boost. So for instance, I'm going to do another unboxing in a different video, but this is MSD's 6AL programmable, all right? And what this is going to allow you to do is hook this up in place of my regular 6AL that I have, and you can basically, by way of a laptop or an iPad or some sort of Android device, you can, you know, program a timing map for your distributor. So this thing, basically you lock out your distributor, you program this up, and then it controls your timing, at idle all the way through the power band and when you're on the boost. So this is a nice, I'm going to do an unboxing for that later on. And the other main component is, I'll just give you a little tease here quick, but this again will be another unboxing. But I did go ahead and order one of these Phantom. This is Aeromotive Phantom dual pump kit. The pumps are in the box. I'm not really going to take them out right now. But again, this is going to drop into my existing tank because I know that the tank that I have is good. I purchased it about 10 years ago, and it was brand new. And I'm going to retrofit this into that tank. So that'll give me an opportunity to take the tank out, bring it somewhere, have it cleaned, get this thing prepped, and I may even have it coated. But yeah, what that'll do is that's going to support the major horsepower when I do eventually torpedo or blow up this motor, because it will be inevitable. Any gearhead or car guy knows that there's always that need for more speed, more power, more fun, go fast, and go fast or go home, right? So that's what we're going after, and you can kind of see I got my other parts and everything ready to go here. At some point I'm going to do unboxing videos for all of these because I kind of like doing it, and I like, showing people. I like watching the videos myself too, because you never know the different tips and tricks you're going to get from other gearheads working on, same or similar applications. But all in all, it's going to be fun, and I can't wait to actually get this thing on the car and ready for cruising season. That's really the goal right now. I spoke to a couple of mechanics, and there is one mechanic called Grand Performance, which as of right now, I am going to be taking my car to him. Just great guys over there, and they come highly recommended through the car community on Long Island. And yeah, I'm going to just drop this whole car off over there with the whole trunk and the back seat filled with parts. And, hopefully it's going to end up just working out great, and I get a great business working relationship with those guys. And, it'll be something unique that they can have their hands on as well. And I plan on promoting my Galaxie and, my brand, the Galaxie Man, along with, a lot of these other parts and unboxings and everything, just to kind of see if I can take that, my brand and my car and, just the appeal and the smiles that this Galaxie gives to a lot of different people that I encounter, and just take that to the next level. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed my unboxing. It was a lot of fun, and if I had to give this a thumbs up, my new rating system is going to be, the Ric Flair woos, because anybody knows that guy is over the top and just outrageous. And I grew up watching him as a wrestler, and just funny guy, but just over the top, just like this system is going to be on my Galaxie. So all in all, I give this 5 5 woos up, and we're going to get this thing going, all right? Enough talking right now. I hope you guys enjoyed my unboxing video, and stay tuned to my my YouTube channel and my Instagram, and you're going to see some big things happen, all right? All right, guys, thank you very much, and keep wrenching. KO out.